Monday through Thursday and on Saturday at noon. Additional support comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, downtown Knoxville, and the Tennessee Arts Commission. You can watch today's performance on our Facebook Live. Right now, it's time. Please make welcome your host for the WDVX Blue Plate Special, Red Hickey.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. It is real live music here in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We're hanging out here inside of Visit Knoxville, and you can feel free to come join us if you like. If you can't be here with us, you can watch it streaming live on our YouTube or Facebook channels. Well, Vaden had some car problems this morning and is unable to be here with us today. Lucky for us, Daphne is here with us today, and she's made some big efforts to be here with us as well. However, I'm feeling a little upstaged today. How are you feeling? I mean, there's a celebrity out here in front of the stage here today. Hank is stealing all the attention from the Blue Plate Special. We are dog friendly here inside Visit Knoxville. You can always feel free to bring your dogs and your kids in here. We allow it all here at Visit Knoxville. So as we roll along with today's show, Daphne is living down in New Orleans these days. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute. Y'all welcome Daphne Parker Powell to the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Thanks, everybody, so very much for having me. I think this is my 5th time playing the Blue Plate, over about a decade of time, and it's always such a joy to come back here to see Red and everybody. I actually fell super in love with this town, and when I was trying to figure out where I was going to move post-COVID, Knoxville was right at the top of the list. New Orleans did win out in the end, but I wrote a love song for this city, and I'm going to open up with that one. This is called Songbirds. The ocean's always had a call too strong to disobey. Oh, but this time through these mountains, it took my breath away. And I was never one for staying still, so I must keep traveling on. And I'll make my way back through these hills before the leaves have turned and gone. And I don't want to let you go just yet. Can we stay here a little bit longer and listen to those songbirds calling in the day until the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away? Redemption comes in soft, its pillow marks across your cheek, and your face too close to focus on is the best thing that I've seen. Every day I'm out here chasing down this crazy dream. I'll hear this valley calling me back to Tennessee. And I don't want to let you go just yet. it's true what they say about missing what you had. And I will lay awake all night and think of what you said. You won't know where you belong until you've been away too long. My bags are packed for driving, and my home is in your arms. But I don't wanna let you go just yet. Can't we lay here a little bit longer and listen to those songbirds calling in the day until the ghosts of the highway come to spirit me away? Until the ghosts of that highway come to spirit me away. Thank you so much. And thanks to Knoxville for being such a beautiful muse. So I put my 6th album out in October of 2022, and it's called The Starter Wife. I will give you 3 guesses why it's called The Starter Wife. It is my breakup record. It's actually quite a beautiful piece of cathartic and introspective poetry, I think. So some of the songs on it are very humorous, and some of them are a little bit sad, and some of them are a little bit angry. This is a humorous one. It's called Sentimental Pessimism, and it's about being thrown back into the dating pool in your 40s after being married for a really long time, which I can tell you is the Wild West. But you got to maintain a sense of humor. The internet is involved in dating now. It wasn't when I was dating before, and so I had my adventures with Tinder and Bumble and all of that good stuff. You know, some hits and some misses. I ended up finding a really wonderful human being who proposed to me just a couple of months ago. So it pays to have a good sense of humor, I guess. But this song is just that kind of, just looking back at myself and trying to laugh at how silly the whole thing is. I could never hold it close to my vest. I could never still the storm in my chest. I have never loved anything more than regret. But I was never supposed to meet you like this. Leave it to me to imprison myself with my freedom. Leave it to me to drag demons kicking and screaming to the gates of heaven and expect to be let in. Maybe it's the way that we never kissed. Maybe I have no right to miss you like this. Or maybe it's just the universe. Maybe every mile is a blessing, and blessings have always been easy for me to resist. Leave it to me to imprison myself with my freedom. Leave it to me to drag demons kicking and screaming to the gates of heaven and expect to be let in. Romantic and cynical both had their say. Neither ever really had a surefire way. So we shoot into darkness and hope we don't miss. But I was never supposed to meet like demons kicking and screaming to the gates of heaven, and then expect to be let in.
It's Daphne Parker Powell with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. Daphne, you moved down to New Orleans from Connecticut, right?
That's right.
That's
Yep.
where you were. And so you've been there for how long now?
About a year and a half.
Okay. And that's a big culture change there.
It is. You know, I'd been on tour there a bunch of times, and I had bandmates from New Orleans that would travel with me on the road as my band. So it was actually a little bit of a warm homecoming kind of a feeling when I got there. And I've noticed this is a big difference, I suppose, between the North and the South. Is it takes a little bit harder. It's a little harder, a little more time consuming to get ingratiated into a scene up north. People down south tend to wrap their arms around you pretty quickly, and I felt that very much in New Orleans. It's a very generous, very loving, welcoming scene down there.
So do you do the co-writing thing? Do you like to co-write?
You know, the only song I have published that I've co-written is that first one that I did, Songbirds. I had somebody help me write that one, but everything else is all me.
Well, I'm wondering if you might find some songwriting community down there. I mean, there's a lot more musicians, I would imagine, in New Orleans than in Connecticut.
Absolutely. You can't walk down the street but run into somebody with a Grammy on their shelf down there. It's pretty incredible.
Well, okay, so you started telling us about The Starter Wife. It came out in October, and you've been promoting it pretty heavy here the past, especially the summer. And I think you said you've been touring since May.
Yeah, I've been pretty constantly on the road since May, and I actually was here, I think it was October of last year, right when the record came out last. But you know how it is, when you put a record out, you got to go and get it heard by as many people as you can, so.
So she is headed home for several weeks before headed out on a West Coast tour. And there was a name change in there as well.
There sure was. So my first 5 records, and some of you that have been here or listened to the Blue Plate might have heard me as Daphne Lee Martin at Once Upon a Time. And she's an archive now. She's a relic.
Now she's Daphne Parker Powell, and
That's
you
right.
can find her at daphneparkerpowell.com. She has some merch available over here at the merch table, and you can certainly shake and howdy with her and chat it up with her after the show. Thank her for being here with us, but for now, I'll back out of the way. We're going to get some more tunes from Daphne Parker Powell on the Blue Plate Special.
All right. Thanks, Red. And thank you all so much. I'm going to do another one from the new record. This one is called Worth the Wait. I got to do the cleaned up version of what inspired this song, I suppose, for the radio. A pal of mine he noticed that I was about to spend my first Christmas alone post divorce, and he reached out to me and invited me to come and spend Christmas with him and his people and make spaghetti for dinner and hang out for the evening. And it was just exactly what I needed at that time. I was going to be so sad. You know, I don't want to be alone on the holidays. So I came away from it with this song. It's called Worth the Wait. They say that hope is the cruelest drug, but I'm too restless to ever give it up. Hangs like flowers, hang their scent in air and slips through fingers like it was never there. And I'd say it's high time that I had it out with fate. Baby, tell me that it will all be worth the wait. I get nervous when they mention God. Don't need forgiveness to cover up your fraud, but to walk in faith with what was meant to be feels like a punchline, and the fool is me. That's what they tell me. That's what they say, that I can carry all this weight. But I'm tired, and I am praying that it will all be worth the wait. Say that someday I'll look back on this and laugh like thunder at the hit or miss, but I'm going under. I try to hold my breath when every shaking head is a little death. I'd say it's high time that I had it out with fate. Baby, tell me that it will all be worth the wait. Well, thank y'all very much. Well, I am visiting from New Orleans, so how do y'all feel about a trad jazz tune? That feel right? I've gotten very lucky since I've been down there to be able to work with some incredible folks, people from the Squirrel Nut Zippers, people from Preservation Hall Jazz Band, all kinds of neat musicians that I've had a chance to work with. And the good thing about that is it challenges you to be a better player, because you're like, oh man, I'm in the big leagues now. I gotta shed this until I can't do it wrong. So I've been learning how to comp. I'm still not a magician yet, but I would love to share. This is an old Gus Kahn song. It's feel free to sing along if you like. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till the sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just say dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Of me. Yes, in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. If you would like to hear more of me doing that kind of stuff, I've got an ensemble down in New Orleans called Parker's Mood, and that's on all the social channels. Feel free to give us a follow there. Some pretty incredible musicians in the mix there. So I'm going to dig into the back catalog just a little bit here. The song is called Molotov. The big event on the tour that I'm on right now was that I do poetry, because I did poetry long before I ever picked up a guitar. And so I kind of rotate around in those spheres a good bit, and I just performed at the Emily Dickinson Tell It Slant Poetry Festival up in Amherst a couple weeks ago. It was absolutely magical and amazing. And I'm a bookish, nerdy kid. I read a whole lot. I actually just finished the Lucinda Williams memoir yesterday, and boy, was it good. But I do fall in love with these literary characters, and I try to write sometimes from their points of view. And this song is written from the point of view of the protagonist, if you want to call it a protagonist, in a Henry Miller novel called Crazy Cock, where the fella slowly descends into madness when his wife falls in love with another woman. So we're going to go on that journey with him. Well, our saviors must be in a drunken row, 'cause they are kicking up mischief in the clubs. But you're a Molotov cocktail smashing through the window of my heart. Come on, baby, why don't you burn me to the ground? You'll ring my bell and then go running for the hills. The flesh is weak, but the spirit wills. And we were sitting by the hearth when the fire burned so hot we could not tell our fear from our thrill. Oh, but gin, it never tastes so good as when I am in this mood. And I wanna get stewed, not shaken. It's only then my joints stop aching. Everything burns that is not stone. Oh, but when all of the smoke clears off, I will patch up the shingles of the roof, if it will keep the angels out. But you can poke your umbrella through the gaping hole of my wall. Thank you very much.
This is Daphne Parker Powell with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. Quickly, I need to mention support for the WDVX Blue Plate Special comes from listeners just like yourselves, from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Tennessee Arts Commission, Visit Knoxville, downtown Knoxville, and Barley's in Knoxville's Old City. It's home of the Big Plate, Fridays at noon. This Friday, Mick Harrison's going to be with us, along with Andrea and Mud. And you can find out more by visiting our website there at WDVX.com. Daphne Parker Powell is our guest today. She's agreed to do a few extra tunes for us here today since, we had a last-minute cancellation. But she's Mighty Mouse. She wins the award today. I'm back on out of the way. We'll get a few more tunes here from Daphne Parker Powell on the Blue Plate Special.
Well, I'm sure y'all can imagine that I was pretty influenced by Joni Mitchell as a young poet and songwriter, and I never thought I would get the opportunity to see her in person, but sure enough, as usual, I was at Newport Folk Festival just laying on a blanket, hugging on my friends, and Brandi Carlile trotted her out on stage, and we all collectively lost our minds. She's absolutely amazing and such an inspiration as a feminist, as an artist. So anyone out there that is also a fan of Joni Mitchell, you might find a couple of Easter eggs in this song. It's called Enough to Kill. It's also on the new record, The Starter Wife, which I've got with me here today. I'd love to send it home with you if you'd like to take it. And this one is just kind of you can't make somebody feel feelings that they don't feel. You know, you just kind of have to flow with your life until the right thing happens. Under the blue TV screen light, I'll argue with the pain under my fingernails. Like a corpse and nobody's closed his eyes. You're back under my fingernails. And in the quiet moments that we've just stolen, you close your eyes and try to fall apart. And I hear you breathing so hard, not believing in a lie you never told me. You kiss my throat and run the water warm. And I know you don't mean me any harm. But you cover me like that water on my shoulders. And you tell me you might love me when we're older. And we can laugh at the parts of me that are a walking contradiction. What will it be when you give up on me or count the gifts that we've been given? So cast me gently to the breeze. me fall and watch me spread my wings. But you know I'll carry my cage in my clutches. So I will never fly too close to the sun. When I said I loved you, I meant I loved you. You closed your eyes and tried to fall apart. But as we passed through these quiet moments, so damn over being so damn short. Thank you so much. All right, I have one more literary song. It's also on the new record. It's called The Little Prince. And of course, I wrote it based on the novella of the same name. A lot of us read The Little Prince when we were kids, right? 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Well, that book has a lot of themes of abandonment and searching for home and looking for identity. And this is stuff that an 8-year-old, we would hope, would not have to worry about too much. But you go back and you reread that as an adult, and it means something very different to you when you come to it. I read it while I was going through my divorce, and it was very, very powerful, very moving story for me. And I kept finding myself in love with the character of the fox, and that idea that you are forever responsible for that which you have tamed. And so I wrote a loving little song for the fox. It's called Little Prince. I will stand in your rain if I can stand in your sun. Swing from the stars that I strive for. Once I was tame, but he left as he came. Now I'm once again just like the others. Now timid at first and dying of thirst, I am seized with desire to awaken. Lovely indeed, what cannot be seen, and also cannot be forsaken. I shall be quiet, I shall be patient, and sit at a distance from you. But I know the gold of the wheat fields now, and I will not forget the truth. The truth. The truth.
This is Daphne Parker Powell with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. We're going to get one more tune from her today. But again, we want you all to join us tomorrow. Rory DeLasno will be here with us along with the 2 tracks. So make some plans and join us again. On Friday, we'll be down at Barley's, of course, at noon for the big plate with Mick Harrison and Andrea and Mud. And then on Saturday, we'll be back here inside Visit Knoxville on Saturday with Olivia Joe, and her bluegrass band will be here on Saturday. It's also a kids stuff day that Saturday, so there'll be a live show before the live show. And so you can get a twofer there if you want. That day, Kyle Campbell will be the guest on kids stuff as well. All that information's at WDVX.com. And of course, we are a listener-supported radio station. There's always a donation box in the back of the room. If you like what we do, a few bucks in the box keeps the good music going on the Blue Plate Special. Daphne has merch available over here, and I just want to say, you know, we already had one cancellation. She went out of her way to make it here and be with us here today. So certainly just thank her for being here with us today and making music. She is getting in a car and driving straight to New Orleans from here. So we're very thankful she took the time to stop and sing a few tunes for us here today. DaphneParkerPowell.com for more information. Thank you for being here today. Will you leave us with one last tune?
I sure will, but I just want to thank Visit Knoxville one more time for hosting this wonderful event. This is a rare thing. You don't see this in very many cities, this kind of support for local artists and even touring artists like me. And thank you, Red, for hosting this. It's a lot of work, a big labor of love to put this on for everybody. So thank you. I do have one more song. It's an old one of mine. It's called Don't Let the Sun Go Down. And I cannot, before we get wrapped up, I cannot encourage you enough to come tomorrow and see Rory DeLasno. He's a good pal of mine, and he's an excellent songwriter, so please do come back tomorrow and see him. He's an absolute joy and a great human being. That's it. I'm going to leave you with Don't Let the Sun Go Down. I put it out as the first single on my 5th record, Scared Fearless, and I was like, why is this song doing so well? It's getting all these hits on YouTube. It's doing really well in the streaming services. And then it hit me. I was like, oh, it has the same name as another famous song, which you can't tell a copyrighted title. So I am currently working on Stairway to Heaven and Shake It Off. I'll let you guys know how those go. This is about not letting magic moments pass you by. You gotta grab them while they're there. All the love this world can hold set things right, and I wake up alone, and I recall the things I said to you last night, but it's too late to say I'm wrong. Try to turn desires into virtues, try to find some purity of heart in this hunger for your soul-like skin. Just one more time before we part. Don't let that sun go down. Don't let that sun go down, 'cause I might not be here. Let that sun go down. Don't let that sun go down, 'cause I might not be here in the morning. I've been around enough to know what I don't want, but you and I could make a go. So won't you pop another can of courage and leave me out some gravel off the road, and we could point this car into the sun and let it all unfold, unfold. Don't let that sun go down, don't let that sun go down. Sun might not be here in the morning. Don't let that sun go down, don't let that sun go down, 'cause I might not be here in the morning. Oh no, no. Thank you all so very much. It's been a delight to play for you today.
Daphne Parker Powell. Thank y'all, and join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.